I really don't have a whole lot. I mean, obviously, we're excited to get a win, and got to continue to get better. Wofford is a very well coached basketball team, and we took them out of a lot of their things, and they resorted to trying to go 1-on-1 and attack our bigs. I thought we did a good job of handling that. We're never going to be quick, especially when it's a small group like that. You're essentially playing against five guards, and but I thought we contested at the rim. We lost a little bit of focus and we gave up some offensive rebounds. But when they knew they were going to shoot the three and they launched them and they ran in to get them, so we got to be better at that. But and then I was a little disappointed with the way that we handled double teams. We got to have an awareness to understand that double teams are going to come, and people have tape. They're going to understand. They're going to try to take away our inside play and then make us shoot from the outside. So we'll get better at that. But it's really good to get a win.
Deja, a pretty monster start for you today. What went right for you in that first quarter?
I was just confident in my shot, just staying true to myself, not passing up any open shots at all, so just being confident and knocking it down.
Coach, can you talk to her first quarter?
I thought it was what we needed. I keep telling her we brought her here for a reason, and I thought she was a little bit hesitant in the first couple of games, trying to feel it out, as so many of them are. They're just trying to figure out what's the identity of this group, who's going to step up, who's going to knock down shots. Every time I passed her in the hallway, every time I passed her while we were on the court, I'm like, just go be you, go be you. We did a little bit today before the game, worked on her, tweaked her shot just a little bit. Disappointed she didn't do what I said. I told her to go out there and make 9. She made 4. I'll take it, though. I'll take it. But just, seeing the ball go through the hoop for her because she's worked really hard on her game is something that we definitely need.
Coach, you guys came out hot in the first quarter, a little less efficient in the second quarter. What was your message going into the half?
Our message going in, it's so hard because, I want them to be perfect, but we're not going to be perfect right now. And like I said, she was extremely hot. So we don't really have an offense where the ball is going to go to one spot. It's just, okay, who's going to get the basketball? Some others got opportunities. It just didn't knock them down at the rate that I would have liked. And so right now our message is just to continue to play hard and play for each other. And we're not good enough yet. We don't know each other enough yet to say, hey, we got to get the ball here. We got to get the ball there, because I'm still learning each and every one of them, what their capabilities are when the lights are on.
Coach, and Deja, I would love if you could speak on this as well. Last game, I asked you about defensive communication, specifically on the on-ball screens. Did you feel like you saw an improvement in that area tonight?
I thought they were a little bit better, but not still. I thought we had a couple of situations that we could have gotten better in. And again, it's not going to be perfect the way we want it right now. We just got to continue to get better incrementally every game, and I thought we got a little bit better. But again, it's like when you play teams like we played so far, again, they just resort to trying to spread you out and just kind of play. They don't really play their typical offensive style. Like, I don't know if they're going to – I think last game they shot 13 threes, and then they shot 30 tonight, So that was clearly the game plan, was to spread everybody out and just see what they could do shooting from long range. And so I didn't get to see as much as I would have liked because they run some really good stuff.
And I can agree. There was improvement, but there's still a lot that we can improve on. Just getting over screens and being more aware of how we're getting. Being more aware of just getting over the screens and things like that.
Coach Claire Streck had 16 of 15 tonight. Just how impressed have you been with her for these first 3 games?
You know what? And I say this, and I want you guys to know, I love her to death. But I think I called her out, pretty much after the game. I said I didn't think you played well. And it's because of the expectations that she and I sat down to figure out what we want. And it wasn't anything that you guys are going to see. It was everything that we need her to be. We need her to be a leader. We need her to be out back there barking out instructions. She needs to get into her butt a little bit and, tell her what she needs to do. She needs to get on Georgia. She needs to get on everybody, because she has that, I don't know, she's got it. They're going to listen to her. And so I thought she wasn't as aware. I think I mentioned it earlier, with the double teams and where they were coming from, because she's going to be at the top of everybody's scout now. So she can't just go freely and move around like we're out there, just me and her in a workout. Double teams are coming after her, and she's going to have to learn how to play through those, and she will. I think the thing I was most pleased with is the 6 3-point attempts. And she banged her thumb up a little bit, but she's still shooting them, and I promise you guys, before it's over with, she'll be one of our better 3-point shooters. She just needs to see a couple go in.
Coach, do you attribute them shooting more three-point shots to maybe getting beat a little bit on the offensive boards tonight with the longer rebounds?
By them getting offensive rebounds?
Yes.
I just think that was their game plan. They knew they couldn't really attack us inside running their traditional offense, and they just really tried to put our bigs in a pick-and-roll situation, pick and pop. And they shot a lot of threes. And, I thought we were contesting them okay. We let a couple of them. Like, you want to be perfect. And they had, 13 points at halftime? And two were threes that we came off of a strong side drive in which we shouldn't. We know we weren't supposed to, and we gave them threes. And so I can't really fault a lot with our defense because we did what we were supposed to do. We made them drive, and they shoot tough shots, and we contested them. And, sometimes when that happens, we got to shore up the rebounds. But I was pleased with, but looking at the stat sheet, I was pleased with the way we handled it. And if you look at the stat sheet, it looks like, the Cats dominated, but when you go into the film and look at everything, then we know we still got a lot of improvement we can have.
Coach, tonight on offense, you snapped off a 7-0 run, a 13-0 run, 8-0 run, 8-0 run. How were you able to compound things so efficiently?
We're like that, and once we break those daggone rims in, you're going to see some more of that. It's nice to have something new, but those rims, I need the men to come over here and practice a little bit and dunk on it. Do they get any dunks, or they just shoot threes too? They just shoot threes. We need somebody to dunk on those rims and loosen them up a little bit. It's just, so you're going to see that. I think you're going to see, that we're capable of doing that. And that's one of the things we keep talking about is playing. Energy and effort is worth 8 points a game. And if she hits a couple threes, I know everybody kept getting excited when she hit them. That's going to generate more energy and more opportunities. And I think we're capable of having kind of runs like that.
Coach, what did you see out of Tiani Key today that made her so successful?
Tiani is, I think I've said this before, pun intended. She is the key to what we're going to do. I feel like I know that she's going to give us certain things. I know Georgia's going to give us certain things. I know Claire Strack is starting to give us certain things. And she's the one that has to be able to give us the energy plays because like tonight, a lot of people didn't focus on her. So as shot goes up, she should be able to run in free and grab offensive rebounds, get some stickbacks. She's got to be better with moving her feet a little bit and don't rely on just blocking shots. But she's a young player. All right, this is her 4th year, but she's a young player. Every time she steps out on the court, she played tonight 21 minutes. I don't know if she played 21 minutes all last year. In a game. So every time she scores, 11 points or whatever, it very well could be a career high. She had 13 rebounds tonight. I bet you that was a career high. So she's getting an opportunity now. All right, so now she just needs to get her feet wet and understand her importance to us because when she's playing well like that and it gives us another big body in there, it makes us difficult to deal with.
Time for one or two more.
Kenny, a lot of conference teams especially are going to try to beat you up. Wofford's coach said that you guys actually out-toughed them. Can you kind of speak to the team's physicality, where you see that progressing?
He said that?
Yes.
He's a good friend of mine. That's why he said it. Because I think that they out-toughed us. I think every coach is going to be like, we got to get tougher. We got to get tougher. We had an analyst come watch our practice the other day, and he's watched several SEC teams, and I don't think it was a very good day, and I gave him a tongue lashing, and he almost said that verbatim. That was what he's heard almost in everybody's practices. So everybody's going to say you got to get tougher and tougher and tougher, but we need to get tougher. We really do. And I think we will once we start playing some more conventional offenses. It allows you to, when people are spread out around and it's like a shotgun start when the ball gets shot, it's hard to get tough. But I think we'll continue to get tougher. And it's just going to take some time.
Coach, you always talk about this team doesn't know each other really well yet, but the bench energy is electric. Can you talk a little bit about that? Is that something that you've kind of talked to them about, or is that just something that they just kind of take and run with?
It's organic, and they genuinely like each other. I think sometimes they're kind of like, it's kind of like when you take your child to somebody else's house for a cookout and they're very well behaved and they don't like act up. You're proud. But in this sense, I want them to be loud. We want them to have fun. and so that they're starting to get comfortable within themselves, within their own skin. And every time somebody does something, they genuinely stand up and cheer for each other. And I think that's the makings of, a great culture. Now they just got to get confident in what they're doing. And it was by design. It was by design. Every time we recruit a kid, we vet that kid to see if they're going to be able to make our culture better. And we don't want them to just come in and make our team better. We want them to make our culture better. And that's something we look at when we recruit. And each one of these kids we brought in, we felt like they could make our culture better. And then we just got to continue to work on the basketball part of it. But I like it. They love it. They're fun to be around. They do what they're supposed to do. They're always on time. They do their schoolwork. They're very polite. And I think that's a reflection of how they cheer for each other on the bench.
All right, thanks, Coach. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.